back, Sugarnistas, to no sugar, no Sugarnista, no sugar mama. Don't you know, pump it up. You got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. Yeah. Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
Eat to the haw.
Sugarnistas, come here. I'm literally staring at the camera.
That's the funniest part about like the audio whenever I listen to the episode on like Spotify or it's like you don't see what we're doing, so it's just laughter. I'm like, you gotta watch sometimes. Okay, welcome back, Sugarnistas, to No Sugar with Everything Kraus. Another day, another dollar, another week, another holla.
Yeah.
And that's on that. Anyway, we are back from Cape May. What?
I'm just laughing at all I had to say to that was yeah.
Anyway, we are back from Cape May, back from wedding weekend. So, just cracked my finger. So we want to recap that today and just kind of give some life updates. Now that
I feel like there's a lot going on in this transition. We've been talking about wedding, and now it's over. So what's happening?
Yeah, even in the beginning of summer, we kept saying it's not going to feel like the end of summer until the wedding happens, and sadly, the wedding is done and dusted.
And man, have I felt the end of summer. Like I now know what it feels like.
Yeah, I know. Before you're like, I mean, I feel like fine. I'm like, oh boy, we all know how that's gonna feel. But yeah, we feel like it's only right to recap the wedding weekend with you guys. I mean, it was such a big part of our lives, and we've talked about it, I think, every episode. Like the wedding, the term "the wedding" was brought up in every episode. So yeah, let's just kind of recap the weekend with you, and then we'll go into some updates and just have a nice little chill vibe going here. And you might hear it in my voice. I feel like I'm still recovering from the wedding. Yeah, like literally.
The wedding was crazy.
It
was epic. It was legendary. It
was the greatest.
Will go down in Kraus history books
for sure. Like every single person, I can't stop smiling when I think about the weekend because of how amazing it was and how much fun we all had. Like
everyone was unhinged.
Unhinged.
I was
in the best way possible.
I was off my rocker.
Yeah, you were.
I was in rare form, as Xander would say.
So wedding weekend recap. We got there Wednesday night. Our family did, and then Brittany and Brendan and the kids were already there, so that was nice. Thursday was more of a chill day, not like too much going on. And then Thursday night is when like all the cousins really started arriving.
Yeah.
So that was just really fun to be able to see everyone Thursday night and kind of like it feel real.
Yeah.
Like,
it was like starting.
Like Joseph and Julia were there, and we were getting super excited. Like you could tell like how excited they were just for the weekend to finally be there. But then I think once the cousins and aunts and uncles started rolling in, that's when we were like, whoa, this is really happening.
Because everyone that arrived greeted us like happy wedding weekend. Like it was like a big thing for obviously all of us. I mean, our family is very big and we see each other a lot, but I think the energy of like all the cousins coming down, like literally every single one this time was just so fun and so vibrant when we saw them that it was like, oh my god, now I'm excited.
Well, and now we're all getting to the age where like people are getting married, so it's only like the second or third wedding in our family, or second one on my mom's side, third combined for us. So we haven't had many family weddings like this, and the excitement was just there. And then Friday morning is really, I feel like, when the wedding events started. We did yoga sculpt on the beach with a handful of our family and the bride, of course. I'm so happy we did that. Like I knew that Julia wanted to do it. I knew that we would want to do it, and I didn't know like how other people would be feeling. And it was
a good turnout. Like so many people wanted to do it.
I was a little worried just about doing it on the beach because yoga sculpt, you do a lot more moving, like jumping and lifting up weights and things like that. So I was like, we're just gonna have to see what happens on the beach. And then the water was absolutely insane on Friday.
The water was unhinged.
Like whatever storm was happening, Cape May was getting like the waves of that. So the amount of people that were surfing, it was wild. Like Tyler and our cousin Evan and Skylar woke up early as shit on Friday morning to go surfing. So I went to the beach before I even did yoga school.
Like Kateri like woke me up and she literally had just got back from the beach. I was like, what?
The sand was so cold. Like it was that early. The sand was so cold that the water was warmer. I would like go in the water with my feet to get warm.
Oh my god.
It was wild. But anyway, so the waves were really crazy. So we were kind of far back on the beach. But then, so we like start the yoga sculpt class and I'm on a side plank facing the water and everyone is following my lead. And I'm staring at this one wave and I'm like, wow, this is going to come up pretty far. Like the water's going to come up far, but I think we're okay. Next thing I know, the water is about to hit my mat and I'm just like, oh no.
Yeah, but like your reaction time was literally miserable.
Well, because I did not think it was going to get us at all. Like we were far back on the beach. Like I was like, there's no way this is getting us. I had my bag there, my weights, my printed out document of the class, my beeper on, like, and everyone was just doing a side plank. And I was like, oh no. And then I try and grab everything. I literally think I only picked up my beeper.
Yeah, which is good.
Yeah, which was good, but my phone went.
Oh, yeah.
My phone was in my bag, but that luckily is okay. And my mat was just covered. Like, I think I still have sand in my yoga mat.
Oh, I do too. I literally dumped a pile of
like, we were literally, everything was covered in sand. And then at that point, I think we all just, like,
except me.
Yeah. Oh, lucky you. I was in the
front. I was in the front row. My yoga station was literally the only one that didn't get touched. Yeah. And it literally created like a circle around me. It was the weirdest thing ever. I was like, oh, it knows not to mess with me today.
Yeah, literally.
It knew better that wave.
It kind of, it's fine. Like, it was okay. I mean, I just embraced being sandy like the rest of the class. It almost like made it easier for me to like chaturanga on a sandy mat and like in the sand, you know?
Yeah.
I was like, whatever. But so that was still, it was just a great way to start the day. I think Julia really appreciated it. And I think it got the energy up, the vibes ready, you know, like a nice little workout in the morning because we had the welcome party that night. So I think we all just wanted to be feeling good and keep that energy high the entire day, especially for Julia. Like I can imagine how stressful it is leading up into the wedding. So anything to kind of take her to calm her down a little bit. I think that was like our goal.
Yeah,
really.
Definitely. That was our.
But she wasn't like a bridezilla at all or any, like she didn't seem stressed. But I know internally, like, it's just nerve-wracking.
Yeah,
there's a
lot going on. There's a lot of moving pieces, so many people in town, especially because it was not like a destination wedding, but it was.
It was,
for a lot of people, you know, we're out of town.
I know, like, we're used to being in Cape May, but not a lot of people are. So, yeah, that was Friday, and then Friday night was our welcome party.
Which was an epic
event.
Just, like, what a welcome party is all I have to say for such a fun wedding, like, coming up. What a way to start the weekend. That's all I like felt about it the entire night. So we had the rehearsal at the church. The church is at the end of the mall. It's called Our Lady Star of the Sea. I think it's one of the most beautiful churches.
It really is.
It's where we've grown up going to church in Cape May, so that was also a very big full circle moment. I love doing that. But the rehearsal was at 4 at the church, so we started getting ready around 2.
Yeah.
So we were like ready for a bit. Which,
we were like lollygagging, and then we're like, oh shit, we got to get ready because like
we were like running to the church.
Yeah.
Literally. But the rehearsal went smoothly. One funny comment I feel like I need to make was that we left rehearsal and someone was like, did anyone, I don't know which cousin
did anyone pay attention?
Did anyone listen? And I literally was like, I don't think I heard one word.
Well,
the priest said. I was so in my own world. And even Xander said it. He was like, you were literally not even paying attention, Isabelle.
Well, because they would tell us one thing and then like change it. So I think in my mind I just like would hear one thing and then she was like, oh no, like let's change it to this, and I was like, oh. And like didn't pay attention to
and I think all of us just clocked out.
Yeah, we did. And everyone was super excited for the party too. So everyone was like, let's just like get this going.
So then we had the rehearsal, and then right after the rehearsal, I think we had about an hour in between, but that flew by. An hour for the welcome party. So the welcome party was at Convention Hall in Cape May, which is right on the beach. They have like a huge outdoor deck, and it's literally just right on the beach, right?
It was such a vibe. Like
such a vibe. We had.
I was nervous about the weather just because, like I said, there was that storm happening. So I think everyone was nervous it was going to be super windy, like colder than people expected. I don't think we were nervous about rain at all, but I don't know. Like I was like, I'm going to be freezing. I'm in this strapless, tiny little dress, but it was just everything about.
It was like the perfect golden hour weather. Like exactly what you imagine the golden hour to be, like warming your skin
in like the beginning of September, like that.
It was so perfect. Yeah. And we had a band there, Matt Friedman, who is just phenomenal. Him and his band, I think they are so good. I love his music. And he's our cousin's, their cousin. So like we're not related to him, but He's like family. Like we always see him, and
so it was just awesome to have him there, and I don't know, have a live band at the welcome party.
And he totally set the tone. And like when we were taking photos, he was like, the Krause sisters over there. Like it just made the energy so fun.
And at the welcome party, we had like some of the things we did have caramel kraken, which we've talked about on our Instagram, and love them. Love Kay. Shout out Kay. She's the best, and her mom. So we had caramel kraken for the welcome party, which like everyone literally started diving into, like as soon as they were done eating, like boom.
And everyone literally was like, what is this crack?
Yeah.
And I was like, it's caramel kraken.
Yeah, it's literally crack. Me and Isabelle took 2 bags and put them in our room for after the wedding because we weren't eating sugar before. We were like, this is our last night.
Yeah.
And then we had Cape May macaroons, which were chef's kiss. If you go to our Instagram, you'll see me and Isabelle stuffing our purses with one of each macaroon. Like I was not holding back.
We literally
I knew there were a lot of people there, but I was like, listen, I need one of each. Like I can't not try every single flavor. So we did that, and then we also had Mountain Valley there, which was, I mean,
just awesome.
I would say it describes our family very well.
Yeah,
and like
it totally
if
does.
We're gonna have one thing at a party, it's not beer, it's not wine, it's not like a certain type of alcohol. It's like Mountain Valley.
Mountain Valley. Literally, that's all I drank all night. Actually, I don't think I took. No, I didn't take one sip of alcohol.
Yeah, and just seeing everyone.
Did you?
I had a sip of rosé, and then I ended up spilling my cup. So
yeah.
It was not meant to be.
We were Mountain Valley hydrated that night, and it was awesome. Just every time going for water, even not being in my home, just like it being in Mountain Valley. I was like, thank God. That's why I love taking control of situations where I can.
Like seeing Mountain Valley in everyone's hands was kind of sick.
It was so sick. I was like, dude, this is such a Krause party.
Yeah, it really was. And then everyone just danced and had a good time and talked. I feel like I talked to so many people, which was, I think that was like the best part, was kind of getting a lot of those initial conversations out of the way instead of being at the wedding, because then it could be like, hi, quick hug, and not as much of like, how are you, what's going on, because I had a lot of those Friday night.
And every single person really got to enjoy the wedding because of that. So I think everyone benefited from that. And it was just a really good time. I mean, I haven't gone to that many weddings, but I think like a welcome party like that, it almost felt like a mini wedding, pre-wedding, and I thought that was really fun. Like everyone was just having a great time. It was such like a foreshadow of how the next day and night was gonna go, and I was like, this is epic, I can't wait.
No, I know. And there was a beautiful sunset. Like the vibes were just, it was amazing. It really, the weather was so perfect, and I was so happy because I know my parents were the ones hosting the welcome party, so I know they were a little nervous about the weather and just what would happen. Like we didn't want to have to be inside because of the beautiful scenery outside, but it was just amazing. And then, so Saturday, wedding day, we got up pretty early. We started getting ready. I mean, I want to say we got to Congress Hall at like 7:45, which honestly wasn't like the craziest time.
No. And
for church weddings are always earlier. So the ceremony was at 1:30. So I feel like
we had a lot to do.
Yeah, there was a lot to do. So we got to Congress Hall. Julia looked super cute in her little white pajamas. And then she gave us all, like light blue and white LO bean bags with our initials on them, cute light blue slippers, light blue floral pajamas, which I'm obsessed with, and also like a little kit in the morning, so we each got like Chomps meat sticks, Element. Oh my god, it was so funny. Her sister was like, so for tomorrow, Julie wanted me to get like this beef jerky. Have you guys ever heard of Chomps? And I'm like, have we ever heard of Chomps?
I think I consume like 3 a day.
I literally live off of Chomps. Like, sponsor us.
So that was also just total comfort zone. This whole weekend was comfort zone in the best way.
Yeah, and I just think like everyone was so happy that, so then when we were getting ready, like with her sister and her cousins and Julie's family and then like our family, like it was, you know, there was no worries. Like at that point we were at the wedding day. So we got our hair and our makeup done. I really liked my makeup. I normally hate getting my makeup done, but I am not good enough at makeup to just do it myself. Same
especially
with hair.
When it's like photos you need it for the camera.
Well, and like the ceremony's at 1:30, and then we have pictures right after, and then you have like the rest of the night. So I'm like gonna be in this makeup for hours and hours. It's also 8 a.m. when I was getting my makeup done, so I was nervous, but I feel like my girl did a great job. It didn't feel super heavy. Like the foundation, I barely felt it going on, and I was like, yes, this is gonna be good. Yeah. And then the hair, so I was happy with.
I was really happy with our looks. I think I had a little bit of more of like worry when I first got my makeup done, and I think that's also because of the shock of like I don't wear, like I'm like you, I don't wear much makeup, so when I do get my makeup done, it's really hard for me to even look at myself and be like, that's me. Even though it is like it's so true to me at the same time, because I always tell them to go super light, but I was just like stunned, and I think I had a little bit of a freak out. So once I got the touch-ups, not like a freak out, just internally. And then once I got the touch-ups, I felt a lot better.
Well, we even wore eyeshadow like all summer, and then we like had eyeshadow on, which I know can sound weird, but once you have like a drastic, it wasn't drastic, but you know what I mean, like color on your eyes compared to having nothing all summer, just mascara on, it's like, whoa.
Like, I felt different.
Yeah. But then I think by the end of like the touch-ups and everything like was perfect.
Yeah, we all felt super beautiful, which
Julia's hair and makeup was
she looked
literally perfection.
Ideal for a bride.
Like, I'm showing a picture of her face.
Yeah,
on my wedding day.
It was
like,
really good, and I was so happy for her that it was. I was like, this needed to be perfect for you, and I'm really happy it was.
She just looked radiant. Like, everything about her was glowing from the inside out.
I know.
Like, I know that was a reflection of inside too, but she looked so good. I couldn't get over it. I couldn't believe it. Like, I was like, whoa. Because Julie's good at her own hair and makeup.
Yeah,
like,
she really is.
She's very good at, like, the subtle makeup, and she doesn't wear a lot either. So I think even her, she was like, I hate getting my makeup done. Like, I'm a little nervous, but it's her wedding day. Obviously, she's going to get it done. But, yeah, everyone just looked good. It was, like, a great morning. It was chill. We were all just eating breakfast, like, getting ready. And then the ceremony was at 1:30. So it was kind of, like, a little bit of a rush to get there, of course, you know. It's not a wedding without a little, Exactly.
Girls, give them all morning, 4 hours to get ready, and it still will never be enough.
And never be enough. And then we wanted to see Julia, of course, like, give her bridesmaids the first look, and as soon as I saw her, I started crying. Like, I was like, I don't know.
It was tough. It was tough to hold
I
back.
was so worried. It's like, I'm not gonna make it through this wedding, like, without bawling my eyes out. Like, and I was just kept thinking of Joseph standing at the altar, and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, I know.
I was just so emotional, but the makeup didn't move. So.
The makeup did not move.
Then we got to the church and started walking down the aisle. Like, we got there, and they did good at, like, kind of just, like, getting it going.
It was wild, though. It was really, I don't know, like, for you guys know us, we are so close with our siblings in general, so when it was my turn, I started walking down the aisle, like, before Kateri.
And all the groomsmen were up on the altar.
Yeah. Just walking down that aisle and looking and seeing Joseph, who looked unbelievable. Un-freaking believable, my brother looked. And Xander right next to him. And then, obviously, his whole, like, groom's party. What was it called?
Wedding party.
His whole wedding party was all of our cousins. So, like, I knew every single boy, man, in there. And just to see them all looking so beautiful
and, like,
put together and, like, looking at them all lined up next to my brother, I was like, this is the most special moment ever. And I literally, like, couldn't make eye contact with any of them walking down the aisle because I was going to cry. So I was just focused on getting down, getting in my position, and watching Kateri finish it.
Literally, Isabelle started walking in front of me, and I immediately started, like, I saw her walking, and then I looked at Joseph, and I looked at Xander, and I started, like, getting tears in my eyes. I was like, I'm about to go. Like, the camera's on me. Please, Kateri, like, keep it together just for this walk. So I cannot imagine what I looked like in those photos. Like,
oh my God. I literally was
like, I just can't. I can't fathom what I look like. I can't imagine. I look great, and that's okay because the look on my face will just, like, show my emotion, and that's all right.
You know what did look good? Our posture.
Our posture was on point on that altar. Like, weekend. Our dresses were V-cut, so, like, if you didn't have a good posture, like, they would just kind of get a gap, and, you know, don't want to show any boobies in church or just in general. So we literally said to each other, like, at least this will force us to have, like, perfect posture the entire day. Like, we have no choice but to have good posture. And then someone came up to us after the ceremony and was like, your guys' posture was amazing up there. I'm like, nice.
We really were. Honestly, it was not even intentional because it was just like I knew the dress would do that.
Yeah,
so it was
like,
just
I had
like
to.
Inherent.
It was,
like,
yeah. So the ceremony, it was beautiful. We're very Catholic, and we love a Catholic wedding in the church. So for us, the ceremony was beautiful. Like, it really was. The readings, and I don't know. It was
the homily, just like everything that happened in the mass meant so much to all of us, I think. And really the true meaning of marriage to our family is, like, although it was a celebration, it really was Joseph and Julia starting their life together and, like, promising this bond to God that they will create a future family and raise them in the church and raise them well. And I think that realization sort of hit me in that moment, and I was like, wow, this is the start of such a beautiful life together, and I'm so excited for them. It's just, like, how I felt the entire time.
Yeah, me too. Like, just to get to witness it and, like, see the smiles on their face. Like, I couldn't stop smiling. Like,
I know.
It was just...
Joseph was, like, looking at us the entire mass on the altar.
Like,
he was
smiling at us. I'm like, Joseph, I need to pay attention a little bit, please. Please leave me alone right now.
We were like kids.
There was a couple hours in between the ceremony and the cocktail hour, so that's when we took all of our photos, and that's when Joseph and Julia had their photos, so that was perfect because then they could go to the cocktail hour.
Which was awesome because the cocktail hour was phenomenal.
We were right outside on the veranda at Congress Hall, and once again, the weather was picture perfect. Like, it was a little hot taking photos, but I would have rather be hot than it downpouring. Like, it was just so beautiful, and to be in Congress Hall, a place where we go and have like decaf cappuccinos during the summer.
Like, one of our Congress Hall for starters is very, very historical in Cape May, and it's also so beautiful. Like, just everything about that place, I think they do exceptionally well. It's very, very well run, and having the wedding there was such a moment. Like, the veranda, which Kateri said where the cocktail hour was, is like their back deck, which is facing the beach, and it was literally beautifully set up, like the bar, the table with all the food. Like, it was just so stunning to see everyone standing out there.
Yeah, it really was. And the food was amazing. Like, everything about that was so good. And like, you don't realize it's only, I mean, obviously it says it in the name, but it's only an hour and it goes by so quick.
Yeah.
So then that's obviously after that was the reception, which was right inside. So it was like super easy. Like, everything was really easy to get to, which was, I feel like Julia really wanted that for her wedding. Like, she didn't have to worry about transportation, anything. So everything was like next to each other. Like, even the church was a couple blocks away from the cocktail hour and the reception.
And she still got golf carts for that because that's how little she wanted us to worry. So.
Yeah.
If you own a company and you're not producing a podcast, you're missing out. The public consumes messaging when they're ready. Join the professional podcast network of companies and let Jacob Media Partners put you in the podcast arena. Come to our professional studio, or we'll come to your place of business and professionally produce your company podcast. Call Jacob Media right now at 267-261-3428. 267-261-3428.
Reception, I think you guys all know how wedding reception goes. Like, I don't know, to me everything was just so special that I want to share every detail with you guys because, like, literally everything was like our entrance. So we all had like our own entrance into the ballroom, which was just so fun because Kateri and I were paired with obviously two of our cousins, and we did like little fun entrances. Kateri like threw a football to Anthony.
My bouquet.
Yeah, her bouquet to Anthony, and he like smacked it down. Evan took photos of me. Like, I was strutting down the aisle, so it was really fun just walking in and then like going to all the tables where it was just like all of our cousins cheering us on. It was like so, like, every time I looked there was someone I loved, and I was like, this is epic.
Yeah, it really.
How many times am I gonna say epic?
Well, because it was a freaking epic weekend. Like, that is exactly how I would describe it. That's gonna be the title.
Yeah.
Epic freaking epic weekend.
It should be. But anyway.
But yeah, so the reception was it was amazing. Congress Hall was beautiful. Like, the layout was good with like the space that they have. Like, it's an old building, so I feel like you kind of got to work with what you have there. But everything looked beautiful. The band was so good.
So good.
Their voices were just amazing, and I think everyone just was there to have a good time. Like, every single person was having a good time. Like, that's how I would describe it.
Exactly. And the speeches were wonderful. You know, we heard from Mr. Walsh, Julia's dad, Xander, the best man, our brother, and also Julia's maid of honor, which was Caitlin. So they all did phenomenal, and it was just obviously always so beautiful to hear like what the loved ones have to say.
Yeah.
And then as soon as the speeches were over, we got right into it. I devoured an 8-ounce steak.
Like, one touched my meal. It's like, and then I started eating some of Tyler's.
It was crazy. Xander was like, oh my god, you're hungry. I was like, uh-huh.
Oh yeah, like, one touched the meal, and then it was just, I was dancing the entire night.
Yeah, I don't even remember what else I would have done. Like, all I was doing was on the dance floor.
Like, just going ham.
I was going ham. Mom,
Uncle Frank was wild.
Our Uncle Frank was going crazy. That's just how our entire family is at weddings, though. Like, when we're there, we are literally there to have a good time.
Yeah.
And every time I looked at someone, like, they were dancing. And I was like, good, I'm happy you're doing that. Like, literally every single person.
Yeah.
And I also was ordering us, Kateri and I were strictly tequila at the wedding. Yeah. And I was telling that bartender to...
Well, he kept saying, like, tell me when to stop.
Yeah, and I was like, buddy, I don't know when. I'm not a bartender.
You're the bartender.
I literally said that to him, and he was like, just tell me when. And I was like,
so
okay.
We had some hefty glasses of tequila, essentially, with like a splash of lime juice and a splash of seltzer water.
And you did not taste it at all. It was the craziest thing ever.
Yeah, it was so good. Honestly, they were amazing.
But it did me good.
Yeah, that's for sure.
It did me good.
Faux show.
So, yeah, we basically just partied all night long.
And then when the wedding ended, the reception ended, we had cheesesteaks, which was like a nod to Philadelphia.
Yeah.
So we had cheesesteaks. They were amazing. Me and Isabelle were like shoving them in our mouth. We had our first bite of cake, our first bite of sugar.
God,
which
crazy
was
moment.
amazing.
Which
And
was
Pam
the
took a
wedding cake
picture
and the
of us.
wedding cake. Yeah, we have to put that picture up. But the wedding cake was delicious, which I feel like I normally don't experience with wedding cake, but I was
like it wasn't dry at all. Like,
no, it was
so
literally
good.
like a pound cake. It was delicious.
It was really good. And then after the reception, we went downstairs to Congress Hall. Has a bar downstairs called the Boiler Room, which like was open to the public, and it was really packed for it being.
It was
a Saturday like after Labor Day.
It was crazy. There were so many people there, and I couldn't just tell if it was almost the entire wedding went. Normally when I feel like I ask people, oh, like, are you going to the after party? It's iffy.
It's like a 50-50. Yeah.
Every single person I asked, they were like, are you kidding me? Of course I'm going.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, that's a lot of people going. So literally it was just a continuation
like
of
a
the
party
wedding.
for
like more drinks, more dancing, more. It was another. I was
2
walking
hours?
home at 1:30 in the morning. I have a snap timestamp of walking home.
Yeah, it was a wild night. Like the Boiler Room was so fun.
The Boiler
Our
Room
family
was
got
so fun.
down. Like we were like dancing, singing.
It was crazy. It was one of, honestly, the entire wedding night was one of the most, like, I would say drunk I've ever been, but not like too much. Like it was perfect. It was the perfect drunk. It was not sloppy, but also probably the most fun I've had out in like a bar scenery. Not just, maybe it was because it was my entire family, maybe it was just because it was the wedding, but I had like literally a blast. I was like, man, if that's what going out was like every time I went out, I'd be out every weekend.
Well, for some people it might be, but for us, like there are people were there, you know what I mean? And that was it was just the best night of my life, like literally.
Yeah, just imagine a crazy night.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to tell you.
Isabelle, and Tyler ended the night eating caramel kraken on our bedroom floor and sampling every single bathroom at 4 a.m. So
4 a.m. Oh my God, that was crazy.
I had already brushed my teeth.
Guys, because of course, when we all got home from the wedding, we had to hang out for 2 more hours.
It had to keep talking.
The cousins had to keep hanging out because it just wasn't enough for us.
Literally. And then Joseph and Julia are like, we're on our way. I'm like, what?
It was like 3:30. They're like, we're coming.
And I'm like, I need to go to bed.
I was
and
like, guys, like, go to bed. It's your wedding night.
Anthony's like, go to bed then, Kateri. I'm like, you don't understand. If my family's downstairs, Joseph and Julia are going to be here. I literally will get shunned. I can't. And I will shun myself.
Yeah.
I can't not be here.
So that was like a whole other night after the wedding.
And then I brushed my teeth and Isabel was like, should we try the macaroons? I'm like, oh, yeah. Like, it's the wedding night. Like, we have to. And then we see the caramel kraken, and I'm like, it is.
We went bite for bite on the macarons. I was like, ooh, pistachio.
Yeah, literally bite, and I'm like, try this one. Try this one.
It was crazy. It was
so funny. Like, all three of us just sitting there trying that. It was hilarious. That was such a good moment. And then we went to bed for a couple hours, woke up, went to church. Like a normal Sunday.
Literally, like, Mom walked in our room in the morning, and I was like popped out of bed, brushing my hair with my church outfit on, and she was like, "Oh," and I was like,
Isabel literally woke up, and she's like, "I'm gonna be calm, cool, and collected this morning." I was like, "Okay, I like it. I like the energy. Like,
I just didn't want it to be like a hungover Sunday day, and I was not hungover at all, and I do think that has to do a lot with tequila.
I was more like, definitely. I was more like tired, hungover.
Yeah.
Like I didn't feel sick at all.
Tired. Like I was ready for church. I was like the earliest I've ever been to church.
I was pretty exhausted. I love my sleep, and 4 hours of sleep is nowhere near. I still think I'm recovering from it. Like literally.
It was a lot. But anyway, we had a Sunday normal church morning, which was great.
Yeah.
And
we all just like hung out. We went to the beach.
That's like the best part I think about the day after the wedding is everyone is just sitting around talking. Like everywhere around the house I looked, there was a group of people talking.
Yeah, like looking at photos, just like recapping the night, and went to the beach. We had a great day. Julia's family came for a little bit before they got on the road, and then we had an amazing Sunday dinner with pasta, salad, tomato mozzarella. 20 people there, like
a good huge old family last
like we
dinner.
Used to do like every Sunday in Cape May, like a big 5 pounds of pasta, a giant salad, tomato
and it like was gone.
Like, gone.
So it was
amazing. It really was. It was like the best weekend of my life.
It truly was the best weekend of my life, and yeah.
What was your favorite part? If you had to pick one part.
This is difficult. It's more of an emotion than like I can't pinpoint. If I'm gonna pick a favorite moment, probably the dance floor just at the wedding because I was unhinged on that dance floor. Like I was literally going crazy. But probably like favorite thing from the entire weekend was seeing the smile on Joseph's face.
You took it.
Oh, really?
She took my favorite thing.
Well, obviously we were gonna have the same favorite thing.
No, but like I texted that
to me,
to Sibs.
Okay, well that was my favorite thing.
Okay, fine, just say it. Up arrow.
What do you want me to do? Was not your favorite thing? I mean,
go ahead.
I mean, okay. Now I feel like a fake person. No,
please.
Sorry. Yeah. So my favorite thing was seeing the smile on our brother's face, permanently on his face.
Permanently, like tattooed on his face.
The entire weekend into when I saw him get in the car to leave to go home and stress pack for their honeymoon in New Zealand. Yeah, he literally called us when he got home even, and the smile was still there.
Yeah.
And he was so grateful to have like siblings that really are his best friends, to have cousins that are his best friends, and also his beautiful wife to spend the rest of his life with. It just was such a gratitude moment.
Yeah.
All I felt was thankfulness for how beautiful my life is and blessed beyond measure.
Yeah. No, truly. Up arrow, because that
up arrow, same thing. So
that was really it. So yes, Joseph and Julia, whenever you listen to this, if you do, because you're jet setting across New Zealand, which we love you and wish you the best.
Yeah. See you eventually.
Yes, see you when I'm a whole different person.
Yeah, my God, 3 weeks I'm gonna be like,
I'm like a new me. My room is clean. I have new goals. If you listen to the last week's episode, you'll
that was good. That was funny.
But yeah, so that was a not so shorter recap of the wedding. Like, just wanted to debrief that with you guys. Like, we had to.
Final note on the wedding. Julia, you were the most stunning bride I have ever seen, and Joseph, you were the most handsome groom I've ever seen. They really, really outdid themselves.
They set the bar high.
They set the bar high. They were a good-looking pair on that altar and the entire night. So, legendary weekend, one for the books.
Epic.
We have a lot to live up to for our weddings, but I don't even doubt that it won't be like that amazing, because it's just like how our family works. Like, every wedding is awesome.
So true.
And we have another one.
Oh my God, literally, Evan.
Our cousin Evan is getting married.
Short weeks.
So we are all going to be reunited again on Hinge. So keep you updated.
I know, I can't wait. But yeah, so that's it for our wedding recap, and now we'll kind of just like briefly go into some updates for you guys, just so you know what's going on in our life.
Yeah, because I think that was also longer than we intended. But
yeah, but I can't help it.
We'll summarize it.
Stop.
All right, Kateri, life update.
Life
Where are
update
you headed
for
now?
Me, I'm chilling at home, like back into the work grind. I feel like I've been super busy this week, but not complaining about that. I work for my dad on a lot of projects, so
which is awesome.
Yes, he's super busy. Football season, media is just going.
EP.
Yeah.
EP.
I call myself EP, executive producer. That's the name. Don't wear it out, bitch.
Yeah.
I literally walk around the house yelling EP, EP. Like, Xander's probably like, shut the fuck up. I've been doing this for years. Here I am, like 1 year into it, like, yeah, promotion.
It was, though. She's taking on a lot of important things happening in his company these days, so that's awesome.
Yeah, so I'm just getting back into the grind and update on yoga and teaching. The studio is doing a HIIT training, so the studio that we go to has a number of different classes: yoga, sculpt, HIIT, we call them. So it's like a detox, a grit level 2, HIIT level 1. So it's all kind of like HIIT inspired classes, or really in no way, shape, or form yoga.
Yeah, you don't do any yoga.
Like, you might do like a sun A in the beginning to kind of warm up the body, depending on the instructor, and then you just get like right into it. So they're doing that training at the end of September, first weekend of October. So I'm going to be doing that training, which I'm really excited for, just to be able to like teach more classes, kind of get more underneath my belt. And it's nice that like my home studio is doing them, because it's a walk away and I'm comfortable with the instructors. And now that I teach there, it's almost like I'm even more comfortable and not even nervous to be teaching a new, style.
It's just like totally just getting the certification.
Yeah. So I'll be doing that the next couple of weekends, and just kind of, like we talked about last episode, like get my life in order a little bit. I want to get like super organized in terms of like scheduling to like, when am I recording, when am I editing things. I feel like my life is a constant record and edit, depending on, it's either for us or it's for Jacob. So I'm not mad about that. I love doing what I do. So
I know, super interesting realm you ended up going into, and I think it's really fitting.
I know, it is kind of funny.
Full circle, man. Always trust God's plan, because where you are right now in life, I think, is so...
It's exactly where I'm meant to be.
Exactly where you're meant to be.
In this moment. And
everything that you learn from working with Dad is so helpful.
For us. Oh my God, it's wild.
That's how I feel with my job. I'm like, wow, this is so helpful to see it from a brand perspective and to now work on our own personal brand. Like, we're both working jobs that we can still take away stuff and help build our personal brand, which is exactly what we wanted to be doing.
Exactly.
So couldn't be working out better.
Yeah, so that's my little update. Nothing too crazy going on. Just getting ready to get back into the swing of things.
Yeah.
After this wedding that I'm like still recovering from.
Literally, like, gonna need a bit.
Yeah.
Gonna need a bit.
How about you?
So I am moving back to school this week. Classes start the 26th, a Tuesday. Very weird, but I am very ready to get back into classes. I just miss that routine. I miss being a student almost.
Yeah.
I have never been someone that disliked being a student. I'm a very good student, and it's also very like routine for me, and I just love like pumping.
I know, I'm kind of jealous.
Yeah,
like I was going back to school right now.
I just like that, especially after, you know, I just like, I'm ending my co-op right now. This is actually my last week of my co-op, and just 6 months of working like a real job. I'm ready to be a student again for one last time.
Yeah.
And
almost like appreciate it a little bit
I
more.
appreciate it. Yeah. And I've always loved like the campus living lifestyle. Always get super disciplined, super in routine. Like, people are like, you're a robot. And I'm like, yeah, dude. When I'm on campus and like I don't have my priorities are straight, it's awesome. So I'm really excited to get into that. But I am a little bit nervous, I think, about just taking the first step and like going to my new apartment and setting up and getting down that new routine. You know, I don't know exactly what it's going to be like yet. And that's all right. I just have to keep reminding myself, I think, throughout the next 2 weeks probably, because it'll be syllabus week and all that. Like, just let yourself get adjusted. And also just have fun. Like, I'm not going to let myself get stressed out. I'm just going to have fun. It's my senior year. I'm going to go out on that Thursday night. I'm going to go to places I normally wouldn't go because it's not really my scene. And I'm just going to enjoy myself. And I'm going to make the most of every day, I think.
And I feel like you really have a good head on your shoulders. I think you always have. But now I feel like, seeing you from my perspective, you'll just never not be true to who you are. So now like any situation I see you going in, like I have full faith in you to just be like, okay, maybe you are stepping outside of your comfort zone, but you're not going to change who you are for that, you know?
Exactly.
So I just feel like this year is going to be really, it's going to be great for you.
It feels like it's going to be a really good year. I just have this gut feeling within me that a lot's going to happen and it's all going to really be beneficial and help me in life. So
I agree.
I'm very excited for that.
And I can't wait to visit you and like move in.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, Kateri, please come down. I have a rooftop. Come do yoga on the roof. But yeah, and I'm also, just a little side note, I am continuing my job part-time as a student. They did offer me to stay on part-time, which I'm really, really happy about because I just made me feel like, okay, my work was good for you guys.
Yeah, it's like a testament to you as an employee for them.
And also just great extra cash on the side at school, and I'm learning a lot from them. So I'm really excited to be kind of filling my time with that. I think it'll help make me more disciplined and
like
more
even
efficient.
more structured.
Like I'm going to be juggling a lot of different things between No Sugar School and the job that I think it'll be really beneficial to me. Like my workouts will be set in stone, and I'm going to enjoy having that. So yeah, that's pretty much the center of what's going on for me right now is just school.
Yeah, so we're very excited just to see where this year takes us. I think, like you said, it's going to be a great year. I just have such good feelings about it. And now we have, you know, a new husband and wife in the family, even though I feel like they've been married for years, but it's still, I just feel like so much like newness. It's
just going to be better. Like our family ski trip, like they're married now.
Yeah.
It's just going to be better.
Yeah, it's like a shift. So yeah, all positive vibes over here. I feel like we're coming off of the wedding high and still feeling really good.
Yeah.
Still feeling really tired.
Exhausted.
Like
literally exhausted. I can't even keep my eyes open. I like almost fell asleep in yoga. I walked in, I told Kateri, I was like,
yeah, I know, and I'm teaching tonight, so speaking of that,
yeah,
gotta go soon.
But
anyway, we hope you enjoyed our little recap of the wedding and could kind of get a little idea of what it was like. You can go to our Instagram pages too to find out what the photos looked like, of course. And yeah, we hope you have an amazing rest of your week. We hope you have been having a good school year so far if you're back at school, and just keep crushing it. Keep leveling up.
And get ready for some great content coming up, because now we're in full swing, baby.
Yeah, I know, full swing. Gotta get like a content. I gotta get like organized, people.
Well, we're gonna get organized. Our episodes are gonna be a little bit more
interviews coming, everything, exciting things coming.
We're not gonna unhinge too much, but plans coming now that we are back. So.
Yeah.
Yay.
Back and ready to go. Anyway, Isabelle, tell them what to do, please. Please tell them.
You know what to do. Yeah.
Oh, God.
The energy is here, ladies and gents.
Tell them what to do.
Like, I'm going to change it up.
Okay.
No, I'm going to keep it same. Like, subscribe, follow, comment, interact with us, please. Have a great week, and thank you for listening, Sugarnistas.
We'll see you next time. Bye.